So David, it's a pleasure to meet you, and you have to keep so many secrets for years in all the Harry Potter world, now Fantastic Beasts. I would go crazy if I have to keep the secrets. You have a special secret to how to keep secrets, because you are not allowed to tell anything.
Do you know, I'm rubbish at keeping secrets as well, so I'm very indiscreet sometimes. But my wife keeps saying, you shouldn't say that, you shouldn't say that. So and Warner Brothers told me off last week. They said I was doing a junket in New York, and I think I said too much. So I've been told off, and I'm not going to say any more.
Okay, so thank you very much. I'm leaving. I'm very happy to see a Potter universe or Wizarding universe movie around winter and Christmas. Do you think you can classify a movie into a summer movie or winter movie? If yes, why? And if not, why?
Oh, you know, you're right. Something I loved about the script was it was set near Christmas time, Thanksgiving. As a kid when I was growing up, I always loved movies set at Christmas. There was something really magical about them, and you always wanted to come back to them every year. And there's something definitely in this one that made you feel Christmassy. I don't know why, but it did. And
because of magic.
Yeah, the magic, the Christmas, the lights, the sort of New York at Christmas was fantastic. The next movie, actually, here I go, giving away secrets, having said I wouldn't, is set in spring, summer. So it has a very different feel, because we're in Paris. We have to be in Paris spring, summer, don't we? But I like the fact that this movie, the architecture, the buildings, the sky in winter, beautiful, graphic, just felt right for Christmas, or for winter, autumn.
And the Wizarding world around Newt, Hogwarts, Harry Potter is of course a franchise where all the families around the world go to cinemas, but also it's a dark world. So how do you manage the conflict showing a dark and violent world and being also a family movie for kids and also adults? So how do you manage this conflict?
It's a balance, and I would say rather than a conflict, it's a balance, but it's a valid question because there are some very dark things in this movie and there are some very broad, funny things in this movie. And the two exist very precariously. It's a high wire act. And one of the challenges of the script and also the editing process was to make sure that one did not upset the other. It's one of the things I love about JK's writing, is that she's not afraid to go to the dark. And nor is she afraid to offer up something that's really joyfully funny. And my job as a director is to sort of balance the two as much as possible. And if you look at fairy tales, the stories we were told when we were kids, they would often take you into the dark. You know, kids love being scared. And I think this movie does the same thing. We're following a tradition that's existed for hundreds of years. And in a way, when you're in a safe environment of the movie theatre and you're exploring the darkest corners of experience, I think that's okay. And I think kids like it, by the way. When I was a kid, I loved being terrified. You know, so it's okay to be scared. And we tested the movie with a big general audience of grown-ups, and they liked the movie a lot. Then we tested the movie with a big audience of families with a lot of little kids, and they loved the film. So it kind of, there you go. It's weird. You think, oh, it's going to be too heavy, too dark for kids. They love it.
Great.
Yeah.
So good luck and.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Sie sind also der Mann mit dem Koffer voller Monster, hm?
Das spricht sich ja schnell herum. Ich hatte gehofft, dass Sie vielleicht wissen, ob irgendetwas gesichtet wurde. Spuren oder dergleichen.
Das ist eine hübsche Summe auf Ihren Kopf ausgesetzt, Mr. Scamander. Warum sollte ich Ihnen helfen? Anstatt Sie einfach auszuliefern.
Ich muss wohl dafür sorgen, dass es sich für Sie lohnt.
Sehen Sie es einfach als Eintrittsgeld an. Der Makusa bietet weit mehr als das. Augenblick mal. Das ist ein Boat-Trucker, nicht wahr?
Nein.
Ach, kommen Sie, die können Schlösser knacken, nicht wahr?
Den können Sie leider nicht haben.
Tja. Dann viel Glück bei Ihrer Heimreise, Mr. Scamander, mit dem gesamten Makusa im Nacken.
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you. There are lots of secrets which you have to keep during a project like Fantastic Beasts. And for me, it's just like from yesterday to the screening. Oh, I'm not allowed to tell any one of my friends anything, but you have to keep secrets for weeks, months, and years. So how do you keep them?
It's so much easier to have to keep the secrets than now when we're allowed to say some things but not other things, and remember the things you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say, which is way more complicated.
You know, it was so secret that we weren't allowed to print off scripts, and because in case they fell into the wrong hands. And then when we kind of revolted and said, as actors we need scripts, they gave us scripts, but we had to put them in a safe every night. That was how secret this film was.
Yeah.
Oh no, so this is hard.
It was pretty hardcore.
But actually, I was glad about that because the thought that it would be me that left one in a cafe in London or something, I couldn't have lived with it, so I was happy to lock it away.
You have to interact with lots of bees, which you actually can see on set. Of course, they show you stuff before, but which bees looks nevertheless different in the movie than in comparison to your before in your
Good
imagination?
question. There's one moment in the film in which I am feeding a beast, the name of which I can't remember. But it's down in the case, and you just see him for a moment feeding this beast, and it's like a kind of translucent octopusy thing. And they just told me because they wanted one quick shot. They were like, Eddie, would you just walk across here with like a bottle? And I was like, yeah, like how? Like this? And I was doing it. And then in the film, it's like this massive octopus. I was like, if I'd known it had 27 tentacles, then I'd be... so that was kind of
I think the demi-guys, I couldn't... I didn't have any image in my mind, and I couldn't figure what they would do with that. And then when I saw it, I thought, oh, of course. It just seemed like it was so perfect.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a big hype because of Fantastic Beasts, and there were lots of hypes because of the Harry Potter movies. So what kind of expectation did you have as you signed for this project? Because you know, okay, this is gonna be crazy.
You know, what was amazing was that the people who made this film, so J.K. Rowling and David Yates and David Heyman, they all worked together on the Potter films. And so they have like a symbiosis between each other and like a really cool sort of calm confidence to them. So they were really clever at making us feel like we were making a tiny little independent film that no one would see. No stakes. It's only since we're meeting journalists who are like, these stakes are high, don't screw it up.
We're like, wait, what? I didn't realize.
But I think it's exciting. I think the main point is we were all fans of the Potter films, so as a fan, you don't want to be the ones to disappoint the other fans. So.
And so much success
Thanks.
with the movie.
Thank you.
Das könnte Krieg bedeuten.
Sie haben doch einen Plan, oder?
Sie brauchen unsere Hilfe.
War das alles, was aus Ihrem Koffer entkommen ist?
Ich lasse Sie nicht noch eins töten. Ich werde mich dem nicht länger unterwerfen. Die Zeit läuft Ihnen davon, Mr. Scamander.